There are places on Earth so secret, so dangerous, or so protected that you're simply not allowed to go there. No tickets, no tours, not even Google Maps can show you everything. From hidden islands to government facilities, today we're revealing the top 10 places you're not allowed to visit. And trust me, some of them are hiding more than just fences. Welcome back to Truth and Travels, where we uncover secrets hidden in plain sight, or sometimes completely out of reach. Today, we're embarking on a journey to the top 10 most forbidden places on Earth, locations that are strictly off-limits to the general public. From secret government facilities to sacred religious sites, deadly islands, and underground bunkers, these places are shrouded in mystery, danger, and intrigue. But why are they forbidden? What secrets do they hold? And what happens if you dare to break the rules? Some of these locations have been sealed off for centuries, while others remain active hubs of classified activity. In this video, we'll explore their histories, the reasons behind their restrictions, and the dangers they pose to anyone who dares to trespass. Stick around until the end, because number 1 might just blow your mind and leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about secrecy and power. Let's dive in. 10. North Sentinel Island, India. At number 10, we travel to North Sentinel Island, located in the Bay of Bengal. This remote island is home to the Sentinelese tribe, one of the last uncontacted peoples on Earth. Outsiders are strictly forbidden from visiting due to the tribe's violent hostility toward intruders. In fact, anyone who steps foot on the island risks being killed with spears or arrows. The Indian government has declared a 3-mile exclusion zone around the island to protect both the tribe and outsiders. The Sentinelese have lived here for thousands of years, surviving without modern technology. They've even resisted attempts by explorers and missionaries to contact them. One of the most infamous cases was that of John Allen Chow, an American missionary who attempted to convert the tribe in 2018. Tragically, he was killed within minutes of landing. Experts believe the Sentinelese reject outsiders to preserve their way of life and avoid exposure to diseases they have no immunity against. Would you risk your life to step onto this island? 9. Svalbard Global Seed Vault, Norway. Coming in at number 9 is the Svalbard Global Seed Vault, often called the Doomsday Vault. Located deep within the Arctic Circle, this facility stores millions of seeds from around the world to safeguard against global catastrophes like nuclear war, climate change, or pandemics. While technically not entirely off-limits, access to the vault is extremely restricted. Only authorized personnel can enter, and it's designed to withstand natural disasters and human conflict. Think of it as humanity's backup plan. If everything goes wrong, this vault could save us all. The vault is built 400 feet inside a mountain and can store up to 4.5 million seed samples. It's kept at a constant temperature of minus 18 degrees Celsius minus 0.4 degrees Fahrenheit to ensure long-term preservation. Despite its importance, very few people have ever seen the inside of the vault. Why do you think governments and organizations are so secretive about something meant to protect humanity? Located on the remote island of Spitsbergen, part of the Svalbard archipelago, the Global Seed Vault is one of the most secure and secretive facilities on Earth. It's been nicknamed the Doomsday Vault, and for good reason. Inside, behind layers of reinforced concrete and steel doors, lies the genetic backup of the entire planet's agriculture. Over 1 million seed samples from nearly every country. Wheat, rice, corn, medicinal plants, and more, all cryogenically preserved to survive global catastrophe. But here's the strange part. It's not just about seeds. Access is tightly controlled. Only a handful of people are allowed inside. Even governments can't freely retrieve what they store. And though it's supposed to be a backup for humanity, the vault isn't managed by the UN or any one country. It's partly overseen by private foundations and corporate interests. Why so secretive? Why such limited access? And here's a twist most people don't know. In 2015, during the Syrian civil war, the seed bank in Aleppo was destroyed. The only reason some ancient crop strains survived was because they were duplicated in Svalbard. This vault literally saved part of human history. But then, in 2017, the vault was breached by melting permafrost due to climate change. It flooded, and yet we were told no damage was done. Still, people began to wonder, if even this vault isn't safe in the changing world, what does that say about the future? Some conspiracy theorists even believe the vault is storing more than seeds, from rare DNA strains to samples of extinct plants, maybe even things meant to remain extinct. Could it be a fail-safe? Or is it a storage unit for a select few? No one outside the inner circle knows for sure. 8. Area 51, USA. At number 8, tucked deep in the Nevada desert, surrounded by mountains and miles of nothingness, lies the most mysterious military base in the world. Officially, it doesn't exist. At least, that's what the U.S. government claimed for decades. It wasn't until 2013 that the CIA even admitted it was real, and even then, they offered no real details about what happens there. So what is Area 51? According to the official story, it's an Air Force facility used for testing experimental aircraft and weapons. And yes, some of the most advanced planes in history, like the U-2 spy plane and the State Route 71 Blackbird, were developed there, but that's just the surface. What really fuels the legend of Area 51 is what might be going on beneath it. Conspiracy theories are everywhere, and they all share one common idea. This is where the U.S. hides things the world isn't ready to know. Alien UFO crash sites. The infamous Roswell incident of 1947 is often linked to Area 51. Witnesses claim a flying saucer, not a weather balloon, crashed in New Mexico, and the wreckage, along with possible alien bodies, was transported to Area 51 for study. Test tube reverse-engineered alien tech. Former employees like Bob Lazar have claimed they worked at a nearby base called S4, where they examined extraterrestrial spacecraft. With gravity-defying technology, we still don't understand. Whole underground tunnels and secret labs? Some say Area 51 isn't just a base. It's the tip of the iceberg. A massive network of underground tunnels could run beneath the Nevada desert, connecting labs, hangars, and even detention centers for things not from this world. No-fly zones surround the airspace, and anyone caught trespassing is immediately detained, fined, or worse. The signs literally say, use of deadly force authorized. And cameras, motion sensors, and white pickup trucks guard the perimeter 24/7. It's one of the most secure places on Earth. But here's the twist. In 2019, a viral joke, Storm Area 51, They Can't Stop All of Us, caught fire on Facebook. Over 2 million people signed up, threatening to storm the gates. The event turned into a meme, but also reminded the world just how curious we all are about what's inside. And maybe that's exactly what they want. Because here's the truth. Whatever is hidden in Area 51 is something the world still isn't allowed to know. Is it just experimental jets and stealth programs? Or are there technologies or beings we aren't ready to understand? 7. The Vatican Secret Archives, Vatican City. Beneath the world's smallest country, Vatican City, lies one of the most secretive collections of documents on the planet. It's known as the Vatican Secret Archives, and what's hidden inside could rewrite history as we know it. But here's the twist. They've changed the name. It's now officially called the Vatican Apostolic Archive, a subtle rebranding meant to downplay the mystery. But don't be fooled. What lies behind its 13-foot walls and bulletproof doors is still shrouded in secrecy. Scroll the archive contains over 50 miles of shelves, filled with documents dating back over 1,200 years. That's older than the printing press, older than most modern nations. And among those pages, records from popes, kings, emperors, and perhaps things the church never wanted the world to see. Studio microphones, so what's in there? The trial transcripts of Galileo, who was condemned for claiming the earth revolves around the sun. The letter from Mary, Queen of Scots, pleading for her life before her execution. Writings on the Templars, the Crusades, exorcisms, and more. And maybe, just maybe, lost gospels that were left out of the Bible. Proof of ancient bloodlines. Or documents that challenge everything we think we know about history, science, and faith. Books, but here's the catch. You can't just walk in. Only qualified scholars are allowed access, and even then, they must request specific documents by name. You can't browse. You can't photograph. You can't view anything the Vatican doesn't want you to see. It's like a library where the books exist, But you can't open them unless you already know what's inside. That's not just secrecy, that's controlled truth. Some theorists believe the archive holds evidence of alien contact in ancient times. The chronovisor, a rumored time-viewing device allegedly built by a Vatican scientist in the 1950s. Hidden prophecies of the end times, or the true third seeker of Fatima. Even the missing books of the Bible, buried because their contents were too dangerous for public knowledge. Is it all speculation? Maybe. But when even the Pope's personal library is off limits, it makes you wonder, what truths are the Vatican guarding so closely and why? They say truth sets you free, but inside the Vatican's forbidden archive, truth is locked away. Sixth, I'd imagine stepping onto an island where you're never more than a few feet away from a snake. Not just any snake, but one of the deadliest in the world. Welcome to Ilha de Queimada Grande, better known as Snake Island. Located just off the coast of Sao Paulo, Brazil, this forbidden island is so dangerous. It's been completely sealed off to the public. How dangerous, you ask? It's estimated that there are between 1 and 5 snakes per square meter. Let that sink in. You could literally be standing on one, without even knowing it. But the danger isn't just in the number of snakes. It's the type. This island is home to the golden lancehead viper, a species so venomous, its bite can melt human flesh. Their venom is 5 times more potent than mainland pit vipers, capable of killing a person in under an hour. They're so deadly, even the Brazilian Navy has banned all entry, except for a few approved scientists with protective gear and military escorts. But here's where the mystery deepens. The golden lancehead only exists on this island, nowhere else in the world. So how did they get there? And why so many? One theory is that the snakes were stranded thousands of years ago, when rising sea levels cut the island off from the mainland. With no natural predators, they evolved in isolation, becoming faster, deadlier, and more aggressive. But then there's the local legends. Some believe the island is cursed, and the snakes were placed there to guard something. Whispers of buried pirate treasure, ancient temples, even government experiments gone wrong. There's even a chilling story of the island's last lighthouse keeper and his family, found dead, one by one, after snakes slithered through their windows at night. True or myth? No one dares to find out. The truth is, Snake Island doesn't want visitors, and it makes sure you get the message. To this day, the island remains one of the most restricted and feared places on the planet. No tours, no research without government clearance, no rescue if things go wrong. And maybe that's for the best, because some places aren't meant to be explored. 5. Mecca, Saudi Arabia. Number 5 takes us to Mecca, Islam's holiest city. Non-Muslims are strictly prohibited from entering Mecca, making it one of the most exclusive destinations on earth. Every year, millions of Muslims travel here to perform Hajj, a pilgrimage required of all able-bodied followers of faith. If caught violating this rule, non-Muslim visitors face deportation and potentially harsher consequences. For believers, Mecca represents spiritual purity and unity. For everyone else, it remains an enigma. But why is it so important? According to Islamic tradition, Mecca is the birthplace of the Prophet Muhammad and the site of his first revelation of the Quran. What makes Mecca truly fascinating is how it combines ancient traditions with modern infrastructure. Pilgrims circle the Kaaba 7 times in a ritual called Tawaf, a practice that dates back over 1,400 years. Yet, despite its sacred status, Mecca has undergone significant changes in recent decades. Skyscrapers now surround a grand mosque, raising questions about commercialization versus spirituality. Have you ever wondered what it's like inside? 4. Poveglia Island, Italy. At number 4, we arrive at one of the most chilling destinations on our list, Poveglia Island, located near Venice, Italy. Known as one of the most haunted places on Earth, this island has a long and tragic history that spans centuries. It's a place where death lingers in every shadow, and whispers of the past echo through its crumbling ruins. Poveglia isn't just another abandoned location. It's a graveyard, a quarantine station, and a mental asylum all rolled into one. And trust me, the story surrounding this island will send shivers down your spine. So, let's uncover the truth behind the legends of Poveglia. To understand why Poveglia is so infamous, we need to go back in time, to the days of the bubonic plague. During the Middle Ages, the Black Death swept across Europe, killing millions. In an effort to contain the spread of the disease, authorities quarantined infected individuals on remote islands, including Poveglia. Historians estimate that over 160,000 people died on Poveglia during the plague outbreaks between the 14th and 17th centuries. Bodies were burned in massive pits or buried hastily in shallow graves. Some accounts even claim that charred human remains can still be found beneath the soil today. But the horrors didn't end there. Centuries later, under Mussolini's regime, Poveglia became home to a psychiatric hospital. Patients were subjected to cruel experiments by the facility's director, Dr. Girolamo Trevisan, who was rumored to perform lobotomies and other barbaric procedures without consent. Many patients reportedly died under mysterious circumstances, fueling rumors of abuse and neglect. Today, Poveglia is synonymous with ghost stories and paranormal investigations. Locals believe the island is cursed, haunted by the spirits of those who suffered and died here. Reports of eerie phenomena include disembodied voices, shadowy figures, and unexplained cold spots. Some paranormal investigators have captured chilling evidence during their visits. For example, EVP, electronic voice phenomenon. Recordings allegedly reveal moans and cries for help emanating from empty rooms. Others report seeing apparitions of plague victims wandering aimlessly among the ruins. In recent years, Poveglia gained renewed attention when it was put up for auction in 2014. A wealthy Italian businessman purchased the island with plans to turn it into a luxury resort. However, locals vehemently opposed the idea, fearing that disturbing the land would unleash its alleged curse. As of now, the island remains largely untouched, but heavily restricted. One interesting twist is how social media has amplified interest in Poveglia. Creators on platforms like TikTok and YouTube frequently share videos exploring the island's history and mythology. Hashtags like #HauntedIsland and #Poveglia have millions of views, proving that humanity's fascination with the macabre knows no bounds. So, would you brave the spirits and step foot on Poveglia Island? While technically not illegal to visit, access is strictly controlled by the Italian government. Trespassers face hefty fines, and potentially worse if local superstitions are to be believed. 3. Mount Weather Emergency Operations Center, USA. At number 3, we uncover one of the United States' most secretive and controversial facilities, Mount Weather Emergency Operations Center. Hidden deep beneath the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia, this top-secret bunker serves as a continuity of government hub designed to ensure the survival of key leaders during catastrophic events. Mount Weather isn't just another government building. It's a fortress buried underground, equipped to handle nuclear attacks, natural disasters, pandemics, and even alien invasions, if you believe conspiracy theories. But what really goes on inside? And why is it so heavily guarded? Let's dig deeper into the mysteries of Mount Weather. Mount Weather was first constructed during the Cold War era in response to fears of nuclear annihilation. The U.S. government needed a secure location where leaders could retreat in the event of a Soviet attack. Over time, its role expanded to include preparation for other types of national emergencies, such as hurricanes, earthquakes, and terrorist threats. The facility spans over 600 acres above ground and includes extensive underground tunnels carved into the mountain. These tunnels house everything necessary to sustain life for months, or even years, including food supplies, medical facilities, communication systems, and living quarters for thousands of people. One fascinating detail is that Mount Weather is part of a larger network of bunkers across the country, including the infamous Cheyenne Mountain Complex in Colorado. Together, these facilities form a web of protection designed to keep the government operational no matter what happens above ground. But here's the catch. Very few people know the full extent of Mount Weather's capabilities. It's classified information, accessible only to those with high-level security clearance. Even members of Congress have reportedly been denied entry unless they're part of specific committees. Life inside the bunker. Experts suggest that the psychological toll of living underground for extended periods could be immense. Studies show that prolonged isolation can lead to anxiety, depression, insomnia, and even hallucinations. To combat this, Mount Weather is rumored to include recreational areas, libraries, and exercise facilities. But how effective are these measures when you're essentially trapped? One chilling aspect is the selection process. Who gets to enter Mount Weather in the event of a disaster? Reports indicate that priority is given to high-ranking government officials, military personnel, scientists, and other essential workers. Ordinary citizens would likely be left behind, a sobering reminder of how power dynamics play out in times of crisis. One notable incident occurred on September 11, 2001. After the terrorist attacks, Vice President Dick Cheney and other senior officials were evacuated to undisclosed locations, sparking rumors that Mount Weather may have played a role. While this has never been officially confirmed, it highlights the facility's potential significance during moments of national peril. Conspiracy theorists have long speculated about Mount Weather's true purpose. Some claim it's a staging ground for martial law, where the government plans to round up dissidents in the event of societal collapse. Others believe it houses advanced technology or evidence of extraterrestrial contact. There's even a theory that Mount Weather is connected to Area 51 via underground tunnels, a claim that remains unproven, but continues to fuel imaginations. Mount Weather has inspired countless works of fiction, from novels to movies and TV shows. Its mysterious nature makes it a perfect setting for stories about apocalyptic scenarios, shadowy conspiracies, and dystopian futures. For example, the TV series The Walking Dead features a character who mentions being evacuated to a safe zone, eerily similar to Mount Weather. Similarly, films like War Games and Eagle explore themes of government secrecy and bunkers hidden beneath mountains. These portrayals reflect society's enduring fascination with places like Mount Weather and our collective fear of what might happen if things go terribly wrong. On social media, discussions about Mount Weather often revolve around questions like, would you trust the government to protect you? Or would you rather take your chances on your own? Hashtags like hashtag Doomsday Bunkers and hashtag Government Secrets regularly trend, proving that humanity's curiosity about survival and control runs deep. To Mezgri, Russia. Deep in the Ural Mountains of Russia lies a town that doesn't appear on most maps. A town that no outsider can enter. A town where the people don't talk, the roads are patrolled, and the purpose is classified. This is Mezgri, one of the most secretive places in Russia, if not the entire world. On the surface, it looks like a small, snowy settlement. But here's what makes Mezgri so strange. It's a closed city guarded by Russian federal security, surrounded by fences, checkpoints, and silence. Officially, Mezgri is listed as a town with special status. What that means, no one fully knows. What we do know is this. It sits at the base of Mount Yamantau, a mountain name that translates to Evil Mountain. Coincidence? Or something more? Many believe Mezgri hides the entrance to a giant subterranean city, possibly the largest underground bunker in the world. Built during the Cold War, it could be capable of housing tens of thousands of people in the event of nuclear war, complete with its own energy supply, air filtration, and communication systems. Think, a post-apocalyptic fortress, and Mezgri is the gate. Some say it's a hub for classified military projects, including nuclear weapons, missile defense systems, or even space-based tech. Satellite imagery shows strange construction over the years, buildings appearing, vanishing, then reappearing with new layouts. The Russian government calls it a place for food storage and mining. But if that's true, why the armed guards? Why the restricted airspace? Why do only certain people get to live there, under strict control? UFO monitoring station. This is where it gets weird. Mount Yamantau is surrounded by strange energy readings and has been linked by theorists to unexplained phenomena. To this day, no journalist, foreign agency, or investigator has ever been allowed to document what lies beneath Mount Yamantau. What are they protecting? Who's living there? And if it's really nothing to see here, why does it look like the perfect end-of-the-world escape hatch? Some secrets are meant to stay buried. And Mezgri might be hiding more than any of us can imagine. 1. Room 39, North Korea. And finally, at number 1, the most enigmatic and dangerous forbidden entity on our list, Room 39, This shadowy organization within North Korea is rumored to be the backbone of the regime's finances, funding everything from luxury lifestyles to the elite to weapons programs that threaten global security. Room 39 isn't just another government department. It's a clandestine operation shrouded in secrecy, responsible for some of the most illicit activities imaginable. From counterfeiting currency to drug trafficking and arms sales, this organization has allegedly amassed billions of dollars to prop up Kim Jong-un's dictatorship. But what exactly is Room 39? And why does it remain one of the most closely guarded secrets in the world? Room 39 was reportedly established in the 1970s under Kim Il-sung, the founder of North Korea, as a way to secure foreign currency for the ruling family and maintain their grip on power. Officially, it doesn't exist, at least not in any official documents or public records. Instead, it operates under various code names and fronts, making it nearly impossible to trace its activities. Experts believe Room 39 is run by a small group of loyal operatives who report directly to Kim Jong-un. Its primary mission? To generate revenue through illegal means and ensure the survival of the regime, even in the face of crippling international sanctions. One fascinating aspect is how Room 39 leverages North Korea's isolation to its advantage. For example, the country's strict control over information and borders makes it easier to conduct covert operations without detection. Meanwhile, the proceeds fund everything from nuclear weapons development to lavish parties for the ruling class. But here's the twist. Despite living in poverty, ordinary North Koreans are kept unaware of Room 39's existence or the extravagant lifestyles it supports. It's a stark reminder of the regime's priorities and the lengths they'll go to maintain power. So, how does Room 39 operate? The organization is accused of engaging in a wide range of criminal activities, including counterfeiting U.S. dollars, manufacturing and selling methamphetamine, smuggling weapons, and laundering money through shell companies and offshore accounts. Some reports suggest that Room 39 operates out of a nondescript building in Pyongyang, blending seamlessly into the cityscape. Others claim it exists purely as a network of operatives scattered across the globe, using diplomatic cover to carry out their missions. Either way, breaking into Room 39 or understanding its inner workings is virtually impossible. Conspiracy theories abound regarding Room 39's true scope. Some speculate that it plays a role in cyber warfare, hacking banks and governments to steal billions more. Others believe it may be involved in human trafficking or forced labor camps, exploiting vulnerable populations to generate additional income. Defectors who escaped North Korea provide chilling accounts of the regime's brutality and Room 39's role in sustaining it. One former official described the organization as the heart of darkness, emphasizing its importance to Kim Jong-un's survival strategy. But how far would you go to expose the truth? And what risks would you take to dismantle such a powerful entity? So, would you risk your life to uncover the secrets of Room 39? On one hand, exposing its activities could weaken the regime and bring justice to those affected. On the other hand, attempting to infiltrate such a powerful organization could cost you everything. Personally, I think the risks outweigh the rewards, but that hasn't stopped journalists, spies, and activists from trying. What about you? Do you believe transparency is worth the danger? Or should we focus on finding peaceful solutions instead? Let me know in the comments below. And that wraps up today's journey into the unknown. From forbidden islands to secret bunkers and shadowy organizations, the world is full of places and stories that remind us how much there is still to discover and how much remains hidden from plain sight. But here's the thing about secrets. They're only as powerful as the questions we ask. So, what did you think? Which of these forbidden places fascinates you the most? Or do you know of another mysterious location we should explore next? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And that wraps up today's journey into the unknown. From forbidden islands to secret bunkers and shadowy organizations, the world is full of places and stories that remind us how much there is still to discover and how much remains hidden from plain sight. From government secrets buried beneath mountains to islands so deadly they've been erased from tourism maps. One thing is clear. The world is full of locked doors, and no one's handing out the keys. Maybe it's for our protection. Maybe it's to hide something darker. But the deeper you look, the more the truth starts to whisper. What else is out there, hidden in plain sight? Thank you so much for joining me on this adventure with Truth and Travels. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Your support means the world to me and helps keep this channel going strong. Until next time, keep seeking the truth, because sometimes the greatest stories are the ones waiting to be uncovered. I'll see you in the next one.